So, given the things that we talked about, I wanted to address a certain problem that I've noticed that we have in schools, and that's this big problem here. It's that a lot of you said that the teachers are just talking to everybody, and no one's really getting any personal time. But at the same time, there's 36 students and 56 minutes, so I don't know. It's like 1.3 something minutes per student. If I just wanted to run the class, giving everybody as much personal time as possible, it wouldn't be very high. And that has a lot to do with why schools have been run the way they have for so long. But when we do look at that, ever since we've been really watching this number around the 50s after the GI Bill, and we really wanted to start getting everybody into college, the national admittance out of high school into college has only been around 20%. Which is kind of ironic because if you think about what adults have been telling you since you were in, I don't know, around the third grade, the entire purpose of school is so that you can get into college. But how good a job are we doing at that? Not very. A lot of it has to do with the fact that we just kind of have to talk to everybody. It really hasn't been possible to do it any other way. As a matter of fact, it is important to note that around 2002, with No Child Left Behind, we started paying attention even more, that number nationally rose to about 30. And that number is leveled off. But the unique outcome of this is that if you take a teacher from today and drop them into the 50s, they'd probably do all right. Or a student from the 50s and drop them into the present, they'd figure it out pretty quickly. And that's not true of very many things. If you took a doctor, a surgeon, they wouldn't know what the equipment was for, or how it worked. Same thing with a mechanic and lots of other jobs. Now there's other jobs where that's not true, but it's funny that most things have changed dramatically since this time, and very few haven't changed at all, and maybe teaching's one of them, and that's a maybe. But most of this has to do with the fact that what do we do about this problem? How do we talk to more people, given this small amount of time that we have? And until now, we haven't really had a solution, but I think we do now. Because when you look at it, the one thing everyone can do on their own is lecture and take notes. You don't really need help taking notes. However, when you start applying and practicing, then questions start arising, and that's when you need a teacher. Oftentimes, this happens at home when you do need help. This happens at school when you don't. So I'm proposing we switch it. We will put what we usually do in class at home, because we have technology now, and what we usually do at home in class, when you have your peers to support you and a teacher walking around fielding questions. And if we do this, we'll have tons more time to do the things that we want to do or need to do. I shouldn't be doing anything all day long except answering your questions and giving you the direction you need. That's all teachers should be doing. But I spend lots of time talking to everybody because I haven't been able to solve this problem of how do you get the info out. Well, now that we have YouTube and programs to record stuff like you're watching now, we have an answer, possibly. And I think it's worth trying, because this 20% number isn't working. And I hate dealing with moments like, alright, have you guys got all these notes down? Can I go on? And you shouldn't feel bad if you're the one person that doesn't. Well, maybe you should because you weren't paying attention, but what if you just don't get it? You shouldn't feel bad. You should be able to pause the teacher and rewind and play it again. And we can do that if it's online. And now you don't feel bad You don't feel bad if you're frustrated because there's been so many examples and you get it and you just want to move on to the next topic. And you're like, I know this, I should be able to text right now, but you won't let me. We shouldn't have to deal with everybody trying to fit into one space. Everybody should feel comfortable to go out at the pace they want with the people they want to work with, and that's what I'm proposing. So in order to do this, we're going to have to do a little more at home than we used to, but now we can do a lot more in class. So if you've ever been reluctant to come in and get help at lunchtime or after school, or you want to make up an old topic so you can get credit, but we don't have time in class, now we will. You can manage your time and make decisions about how your time's managed based on what you're willing to do at home. But if it frees up the opportunity for you to get the grade that you now want, I think that's worth it, and I think it's worth a try. So we're going to practice in class for a little bit, so you can get used to the process. It won't be as good in many ways, but we want the end goal is we need to maximize this. We need to make this better for you, because right now it's not. Right now it's kind of for everyone, and that's sucking. So we're going to make this for you and see how it works. We'll try it for a semester and reflect back. But this is an experiment we're trying, because this is America, this is Bald Eagle, and we're not going to settle for 20%. All right, cheers.